I just found a graveyard for classic trucks, and they have a Chevy truck from the Tri-5 era. We've got to go see it. Come on, let's do this. Hey guys, this is the Daily Dad. We are with Zach Brulettes, who is going to show us some really cool antique classic cars today. Maybe we'll buy one, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this is the old truck guy, and I'll let him take him from here, and he's gonna show us all of his cars.
Yeah, I'm Zach Brulette, also known as the old truck guy down here. This is my spot. I got about 40 old trucks sitting down here. One of the first ones I have here is a 53 Chevy, 3-window pickup. These came in kind of a 3-window and 5-window option. This is just kind of an old farm truck sitting in the field for decades. We pulled it out, brought it down here, and see if we can do something with it. We have, I think this is a 52 International. Half-ton, I think they call it, yeah, S100. So a half-ton truck, an old ranch truck. It's got some cool old patina lettering on the door, you can see. Some of the best patina comes when they hand paint them and then they let it sit and then nature does its thing. So this one, you can just see tons of stuff, real complete.
It's got the plate on it still.
Yeah, a lot of these have the old tags. What year is that? Looks like it says 73. So I bought a lot of these out of a junkyard, so they were scrapped 40, 50 years ago and then just left for dead, and we brought them back, got them out here, and hope to rehome them. All right, next up we have a 54 Chevy, commonly referred to as the bullnose, just with the way the grill looks. Again, awesome patina. They use the same style, 47 through 53. 54, you see a few small subtle changes, the grill, the interior, some of that stuff. But this old style they took up until what they call 55 and a half. At 55 and a half they redesigned, then they actually went with this style. This I think is a 56. This one's seen better days, but yeah, a lot of different style right in the mid 50s, and rode that up till 59. Next up we have here is a 1960 Studebaker Champ. These are kind of a unique vehicle. At the time, Studebaker and Packard were merging together, and they were getting ready to really get out of the car businesses. They were using leftover parts, things that they had. So actually on this vehicle is a Studebaker car cut down, and then they put a sliding rear back window in it, and then they use beds from previous era. So these are the same beds that you'd find in a 50s model, but this is a 60. And then if you ordered a fleet side from this year, you actually got a Dodge bed, as they bought surplus beds from Dodge and used the leftovers. And yeah, this is actually an old sedan that they cut down, put a sliding rear window in, which still works, and sold to the public. All right, next up we have the 59 Apache, short bed, fleet side. That was 58 was the first year that Chevrolet brought in the fleet side option. They had it on Cameos, which Cameos are a real high-end truck, especially for that time. So this is the first year you see a fleet side, no step side, short bed. Still went just with the 235 inline 6. They might have had a V8 option at this point. Back in these days it was all wood in the bed, which this one still has a little bit left, but typically most of that wood is rotten and gone. This was originally, it looks like a light blue color, out of North Dakota. Okay. All right, next up we have the same year as the last fleet side, but this one has a step side option. So this was the more common option back in the day. This is what most of you would get up until 58, 59, then you could go fleet side option. So this one was an original teal. Somebody gave it a white paint job over the year. You can see some of the original teal coming through. Good condition. Again, just great design. I love the lines, the flow of these old trucks.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Just, you don't see that these days. You got the old spare tire mount in the rear fender. That was an option you could get as well. So you see some that have that, some that don't.
You still got the original spare tire, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Next up we have here is a 58 GMC. One of my favorite styling cars of the era. If you just check out the front grille, the big bullets they have on front, there's so much design, style, and attitude in these old cars. You see the 100 emblem, that signifies a half-ton pickup truck. Huge meaty logos. Just a ton of style. GMC was a little bit classier, higher level than your standard Chevrolet, so sometimes you'd find a little fancier accessories, a little nicer speedometers, a little more chrome here and there, and just a little upgraded trim package. So one of my favorite vehicles is this one, but sadly on to a new home. All right, next up we have a 39 Chevy. So this is kind of the end of what they call the Art Deco era of old vehicles. So within this era you'll see a ton of huge big fenders, oftentimes all these headlight buckets detached. You'll see a lot of style in the grille. 38 and 39 Chevrolet went with horizontal grills. 37 was all vertical. Just again, tons of great lines, detail. Could take a peek inside. Steering wheel's actually back here.
Inside looks great.
Oh, this is surprisingly really solid. Was This was being used as a yard art, so they actually tack welded almost everything together. So in order for me to get some of these doors open, I need to grind those tacks off. Yeah, original steering column with the worm gear still on it. Yeah, steering column there, ready to go. Door skins. Still got some original bed rails. Like I said, most of the beds back in the day were wood, so anything in this area, you're not going to find much wood left.
It says sold. Is it sold?
No, that was sold to me.
Gotcha. So this one's like $600?
Yeah. This is just a, kind of a yard art. Honestly, like, surprisingly not. Yeah, you would think with no glass.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see all these? So this truck came from Iowa. I talked to the guy, the son, he rode down in this truck when he was 14 years old. This was his dad's truck. They moved, I think it was from Des Moines, Iowa, down to Oklahoma in the 60s. They drove this truck with a U-Haul trailer attached to it. Somewhere I have the extra, they mounted extra springs in the rear end so it could handle an increased load. You can see that's a homemade spring if you've ever seen one. And as it sat out in the field, sadly it became target practice. So if you take a look at that door, I like to tell people this was Bonnie and Clyde's brother's vehicle that got shot up, but it was just target practice out in the field. But great patina, original, with a great story behind it. There we go. Yeah, that's our bottom hinge is just loose. That floor smoke over there. Not bad here. Next up we have a 66 Chevy C10 short bed. So this originally came out of a farm up in Missouri. As I talked to the daughter of the original owner, you can find his name on the side. His name's Dale Worrell. I talked to his daughter, and she had some funny stories. They used to use this out on their farm, all sorts of stuff. If you check up here on the front, there's 2 notches right here, where back in the day, her dad got this truck stuck out in the field and then had the tractor, and her dad was pulling her out, too much momentum, pulled her out, launched her straight into the back of the tractor, and those were the imprints that the tractor left in the truck. So again, cool patina. I love it's got his name on the side of it. This actually sold to a guy in Australia last year, and he texted me yesterday and he wants to get rid of it. So it's for sale. Wow. All right, next up we got one of my favorite trucks that I have. This was an old Farmer Joe special. So as you look at it, you can just tell it's got a front double bumper. So the guy, as we make our way to the back, you'll see he cut off the back end so he could put on his hay spear, but wanted a push bar on the front. So he doubled up the bumpers, made a bracket, off he went. Still has change on the tires from probably back in the 50s. If I remember, this might have a tag, might not. But huge hay spear pick. And if you look close, we even have his gravestone still in the truck. I want to clear the water here. His wife died in the 80s, and they pulled that and put a double gravestone. So that's not a missing gravestone from anybody. That is, the family just pulled it, threw it in the back of his truck, and now I inherited it, so. All right, next up we have what we call the Tri-5 Chevy era. So what has been deemed one of the most popular trucks around is 55, 56, 57, Chevy restyled, got rid of the advanced design, and I don't know if they called these Task Force possibly. Differences they made, single headlight, this one's a little bit cleaned up, roller motor here, nothing ready to go. Just a totally different era for Chevrolet, is they totally changed design. This was the first year for this new look that it got away from the old big rounded fenders and things like that.
If this was you, what would you put in here as an engine?
It depends. If you're an old traditionalist, you could go with an inline 6 is probably what it would have had originally. Nowadays, everybody would do an LS swap. That's what everybody would like to do, probably an LS for reliability, or maybe just a small block 350 that's okay. The cheap, easy way. I have a 350 sitting in the back of that truck. That's what I was going to do originally, and I did more research, and man, LS was just the way to go, I think.
All right, guys, today we went to the Old Truck Guy, and it was amazing to see all those classic trucks. Zach, thank you so much for having us. I truly enjoyed it. It was awesome. Guys, we are actually going to go back and buy one of something that he has at his lot. So I can't wait to see, to show you guys what that is, and for you guys to see that, and we're going to customize it. I'm excited. So Zach, this is me letting you know that I'm buying it. I'm coming back. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching The Daily Dad.